Hello everyone, my name is Jasmo, and I'm continuing work on the last page of the Forgotten Project. I think I had GIMP up all night, which does not bode well for me. It does not bode well for me, because that means it could crash a whole bunch. I am eating breakfast as usual. Oatmeal. Delicious, and I haven't even taken a bite of yet until now. Mm-hmm. 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 Apple cinnamon for the win. Where were we and what were we doing? I see a whole bunch of blue. A whole bunch of blue. Oh, that's right. I'm not playing music, so feel free to listen to your own. Copyright and blah blah blah. Want to be able to download my videos, same spiel. Yeah. Because YouTube is funny that way. They won't let you download videos if you have a copyright claim on one. Even if you want to, edit it, I would have to record not live to be able to do that. I'm gonna sneeze. Ugh. Ugh. Ooh, that was a good one. Wakey, wakey. Crap. This page. So interesting this page is. I might sneeze again. No, I think I'm good. I'm good. So I've been playing Dragon Age, my second playthrough. This is just me talking just to talk, just to fill the silence for the video, so I'm half-heartedly speaking. I started my second playthrough and I'm like 70 hours in, which I'm not sure if that's entirely accurate. When I went to play yesterday and I saved for the first time, the hours jumped from 50 to 70. And I had just started playing. I did not spend 20 hours and then save again, so the time spent playing the game may not be truly reflected in the save time, which would make me really, really happy, because that means I didn't spend almost 200 hours on the first playthrough. Because that would be ridiculous. That would be ridiculous. And if I did, holy shit. But I don't think so. I don't think so. I will find out. I popped on this morning to get the war table going on some really long projects, like the 3-hour and 5-hour projects, and then turned it off because they'll work even if your Xbox is off. So I decided I'll get some really big missions out of the way and do that. Oh, and chai. I have chai. So I'm kind of hoping against hope that the save date isn't actually reflected correctly. It would probably make me feel better as a person if that was the case. Oh god, laughing hurts. On my one tummy scar. I still exercise, believe it or not. I still exercise. But not like as absolutely heavily as I was, because I had a huge depression spout or bout, and I took a week off, not last week, but the week before, and so I'm slowly easing back into it again. It's like I go for 3 weeks and then I just need a goddamn break from the routine, and then I'll get back into it again. And so we got an ab bench, an inclined ab bench. And I have been working on normal stuff plus abs, and so now it kind of hurts to laugh and tighten the tummy. And it hurts on one of my scars because I have surgical scars from having my gallbladder being removed. And I almost want to wait until someone's in the chat to talk about gallbladders and being removed and why they get removed and all the details of that stuff. Because it's fun to talk about stuff like that for me for some reason. And get other people's opinion on it, because not many people will just come out and tell you, hey, yeah, I had my gallbladder removed, or my aunt did, or my uncle did. It's like someone somewhere has had their gallbladder removed, and your person that you were talking to knows about it. They just have never mentioned it. It's like one of those common but uncommon things. You know, like the commercials for the Activia yogurt, so you can be regular. That's kind of one of the reasons why that commercial is there. Yeah. Because people never talk about it. So I'm going to wait until someone pops in the chat and then just be like, hey, do you still have your gallbladder? You do? Well, did you know? That should be fun. Blindside someone with that. Eat my food so I don't get sick. The other stomach issue I have, I'm actually going to wait until January when our new health insurance plan kicks in to go get a consult and get diagnosed about it. Because, well, it's a new frickin' health plan. Jim's work, my husband's work, decided to go with a new health plan so that people could have more options and decide what best fit them, because they took a survey, God knows how long ago, asking if people wanted more choices, and they were like, yes, and so work is now providing them with these choices. And they're mildly reasonable choices. One is like, you can pay a whole bunch up front, out of pocket, but you also get a savings you can put money into that will not be taxed. So you can save up for like large procedures or surgeries sometime down the future, whether you're planning for them or not, right? So if you know you have like bad knees or bad hips, you can start putting money in that account, for when you want to, like, get them replaced or get work done, something like that. And then the other one is you don't pay a lot of money up front, but you don't get the savings. That's pretty much it, is like you either get a savings or you don't get a savings, and we decided to do the not savings because we didn't want to pay a lot of money up front or out of pocket, and it also limited how much money we would pay up front or out of pocket, which was a lot less than the other one with the savings. And there's more details to it than that, but that one suited us quite well. Quite well. And then, we looked over their plan to see what they covered, and they cover a whole bunch of things. They cover, like, depression diagnosis, consults for just about every goddamn thing you could think of. And so we're going to wait until January when it kicks in to actually go and get a consult for a whole bunch of different things that I've been needing to get checked out. Not really checked out, but talked about with a health professional. I.e. the depression, i.e. the I get sick when I don't eat syndrome. And I think that was basically it. Those were my two main major concerns. Nothing super dire, thankfully. Although depression can be super dire depending on how you look at it. I just can't believe I got so low last month, like right after my birthday. I've never been that low, and it was terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. And I've had depression all my life, non-medicated, because I'm weird. I wouldn't take medication even if I knew it would make me feel better. Or keep my moods on a regular basis. I just want to see if it's an actual real thing, like a real physiological thing. If it's like, you know, the chemical imbalances, because that's really, you know, when you have issues like that, it is because of chemical imbalance in your brain, or, you know, things that produce those chemicals, which are generally up there in the head region. And if that's the case, which it probably is, I'll be able to better cope with it, because that's what I've been doing, is I just have said to myself, it is literally just chemicals in your body, and that's the only thing that keeps me sane. During those lower points. Except for that last really fucking low point. It was scary. But that's the only time it's ever happened, is that once. It's never been that bad before. Because what happens when I usually get depressed, I sit with it for a day, not really realizing that I am. Oh, Wolf, hello. I'm just talking just to talk. It's alright. It's alright. When I usually start feeling depressed, I sit with it for a day, not realizing that I feel shitty. And it's usually like the next day I walk out into the living room and I'm like, God damn, fuck this shit. And like, oh, wait, I know what's going on. And then I feel better. A little bit. It's still there, but once I get conscious of it, it gets a lot better. And I'll stop talking about depression. Ha, ha. Others, seek help if you do have depression. You know, talk to a doc. Talk to someone you know who hasn't. Get referred to a doc. Good things like that. I am really talking just to talk. Fill the space in the video. Can I? We'll do this, and this, and this. There. How are you, Wolf? Hopefully I didn't get you too sad. Oh, you made something I could color. Please send me a link. Do send me a link. Make sure you put a space between the dot and the com so it doesn't get deleted. Speaking of deleted links, I have not seen a spam bot or a spam bot in a very long time. Feels strange. Maybe I banned them all. That could be the case. That'd be sweet. Oh, you're mobile at the moment. That's alright. That's alright. Send it to me whenever you can. You can tweet it to me at Jasmo Colors. There's a little link down below. If you're on DeviantArt, you can send it to me on DeviantArt. There's also a link for that down below. So whenever you get the chance. Oh, he's got a little design on his shirt that wasn't in the previous page. Oh my god, Chris, hello. Oh yeah, Thanksgiving. Is that tomorrow? It is tomorrow, I know. I am aware. I'm not focused on Thanksgiving, though. Today is the 9th anniversary of me and my husband getting together. 9 years. My god. Time flies. And that's pretty much all I'm thinking about is I gotta shave my legs today, you know, take a shower after I work out, get all prettied up. That's pretty much the only thing that's on my brain, so I don't forget. So I don't forget. Oh. And we still have to pick up a few things for Thanksgiving anyways. Thank you, Wolf. Thank you. Yeah, Thanksgiving is gonna be interesting. Can't really talk about it though. Not the way that I would like. Which is freely. For a few reasons, because I am polite. But I will say it will probably be interesting. If not a little nerve-wracking. And it's not that I don't get along with family, it's not. It's how I feel about them. And that's where I will be polite. My brother and his 4 children and his wife are coming in tomorrow, I think. And they live like 4 hours away in another city. And I convinced my mom to have our Thanksgiving on Friday, so we can go to my husband's family's Thanksgiving on Thursday. And because that's how it's been for like the last 9 years. Is I've almost shut out my family entirely in favor of his. And it's only been like the last year or two where my mom is finally like, let's all get together for reals. And I'm like, I have no excuses not to. The age difference between me and my brother, my oldest brother is 8 years older than I am. My middle brother is 4 years older than I am. And my mom says she planned it that way so we would never be at the same school together. And that's not in a negative connotation, that's in a positive connotation. Which is good, I suppose. So yeah, my oldest brother is coming over, 8 years older than I am. I just turned 29. So, he's... $37. Oh my god, he's almost 40. Ugh. It's really weird. It's really weird when you get older and you start thinking about your siblings as, like, they're getting to their 40s and your parents are, like, getting in their 60s. And you start realizing just how long you've all been around. It is really weird. It's not so weird when you're like a teenager, because, 15 years isn't a whole lot in a lifespan. It's not a whole lot in, like, an 80 to 100 year lifespan. But my god, when you start getting into your 30s, and then 40s, and your parents are, like, encroaching on 70, it's like, jeez. You're gonna have to start planning for not pleasant things. Like, or at least start thinking about those not pleasant things. And then, of course, my oldest brother's, oldest kid is like, 15. Been around for 15 years, wow. And, holidays suck. At least for my public face to my side of the family, it sucks for them. Because I've always been, like, on my own and alone and not relied on them at all. And I'm very comfortable without them. And I don't think my mom realizes that I am totally okay just without them. Because I've found much more enjoyment in Jim's family because they're all a lot closer to my age. and they're very open and very friendly, and I see them more. I just see them more. Because they live a lot closer than my two brothers do. One lives 4 hours away, the other one's across the country. And my parents are gonna go see the one across country. They're on like Christmas Day. They're flying out on Christmas Day. I'm like, And he has 3 little ones of his own. I've always had an easier time of making family out of non-family members anyways, because I see them more often, whoever it may be. Like in college and in high school, wasn't really, well, in college I wasn't home at all for the first year, but in high school I was so busy. I was so busy. I just came home to sleep, eat breakfast, shower, and leave. That was it. That was it. It is nice to have awesome in-laws. And it's also nice that, even our parents get along. They don't see each other as much as they could, but they they are well aware that each side cares for the other as if they were their own, which is very comforting, I suppose, to them. And my mom is always worried that she's like either offensive to my husband or she doesn't pay enough attention to him, but in reality, he is a neutral person. He is a neutral person, and so you can't really offend him or make him feel neglected or anything like that. And my mom hasn't gotten that in the last 9 years at all. And this is how neutral he is when asked, like, his dad is a painter, and his dad always, shows us his new painting, and he asks Jim, so what do you think about it? And he's like, great. I have no real opinion on it because he's neutral. It's not that he doesn't like it. It's that he has no opinion, good or bad. But he finally found the words that were probably the most meaningful I have heard in the 9 years we've been together, is that he appreciates the effort and the work that went into making it. That may not sound like much, but I started crying when he said that. I started crying when he said that. Because I've been trying to find something for him to express his self that way for years. For years. And then last week at dinner, he finally came up with it. He finally came up with a way to express something, how he felt about something on a neutral scale. And he told me I'm probably the only person that gets just how much that means. And he is correct. And he is correct. I'm listening to the Skyrim soundtrack today. It's a little more gentle than the Dragon Age soundtrack, as I found out yesterday. Yay, feelings. It's not that he doesn't have feelings. It's not that he's like a sociopath incapable of feeling. It's that when it comes to an objective thing, like, hey, do you like this painting? Unless he wants to hang it in the house, that is his opinion, is he appreciates that work that goes into it. He wouldn't personally buy it, but, he knows a lot of work, a lot of effort went into it. And it's the effort. The effort that counts. Because I send him pictures of stuff I color all the time, and like, the only thing he's been able to do is like smile and nod and be like, oh, that's pretty neat. And I never took offense to that. Thankfully. I wasn't like, don't you like it? Like, well, some of the stuff I color he does like. Other stuff he's like, that had to have been a lot of work. And he is correct. I can probably move this, but I'm not going to. Is that all the blue lines No. I'm gonna put in the feathers in the blue. Feathers in the blue. There we go. You're the youngest wolf. Sorry if I am not responding to you very, very quickly. My god. There's no ding on the Twitch chat, and I'm just talking and working away here. I saw you're almost home. Oh, that's right. I wanted to bring up, just a stupid little topic. Gallbladders. Who has them? Who doesn't? Ugh, I need to stop laughing, or chuckling, or anything. It hurts. just a little bit. Ugh. I think that's all the blue I wanted to do. I think I'm gonna do their eyes in the thicker line. Because it's a thicker line, I'm just gonna use the thicker line there. It would be nice if there was a ding on Twitch that you could turn on and off. Like watch me work. I've noticed it is actually quite useful. It might be annoying to other people, but I don't pay close enough attention to chat. I just don't. I can't really tell what's going on with her. Yeah, I can. Okay. I was gonna say, I can't tell what's going on with the eye. Yeah, I can a little bit. Make sure that's looking in the right direction. Okay. Ding. Oh, yeah. Let's even check. Check what this looks like. Hey, nice and clean. Oh, except for that guy. Which we'll take care of, like, right now. Stupid cold weather. It rained so hard last night. And by the way, that was a serious question. Who has their gallbladder and who doesn't? It rained really hard last night for a really long time. It was hard to sleep. On top of the wave sounds that I have playing at night. We'll just do this. And make it solid. Make it... Oh, there we go. It was supposed to snow here last night, which, is not unusual, but also not expected, at least from me. We've been having, weather issues the last few years to where we have, like, no snow, and yet we have a few ski resorts in the area, and people just get gypped really bad, even if the place, can make their own snow, their own artificial snow. Yes, yes, alright, good. Make sure to save that. And do it this way. see. I miscalculated what I read. Okay. There. If it's too personal of a question, which I don't actually know if it is, it's okay. Like, which one of you have had an organ removed that isn't your appendix, or a kidney, or part of your liver, and still live? Which is basically your gallbladder. Mm-hmm. Oh, I missed his hair. Like, totally. Shit. Why? Why do you do this to me? Put the rest of his coat in. So I can put the rest of his hair in. Ah, you got them all. Lucky for you. Lucky. Or fortunate, I should say. Like, you can live without it, but, it does change you, even though... even though my doc said, oh, you can go back to living your life how you normally do. It's not true. He lied straight to my face. It's not significant. It's almost like a white lie, but it explains a lot of issues people have. Eyeballs, eyeballs. So your gallbladder is the organ that helps you break down fat. Like, in your tummy, where everything's digested, it helps break down your fat. And without it, that gets passed off to your liver. So your liver has to do all the heavy lifting, which it can't really do that efficiently. And so when the doc said, oh yeah, you can live your life as you normally do, what he should have said is, hey, you need to absolutely start watching what you eat if you don't want to have some issues. And thus, the Activia commercial. The Activia yogurt commercial. And that's one of the reasons why it exists. And that's one of the other reasons why there are medications and other things that are like, hey, this is help to keep you regular. And I'm like, do people really have that big of a problem? Or do that many people have that problem? Well, that problem is due in part to not having a gallbladder. If you have too much fat, your body can't soak up enough nutrients out of it. And if you don't have enough fat, it's like you're shitting bricks. It's probably a highly inappropriate topic, but I never get to talk about it anyways. It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny because people who still have gallbladders don't even realize, and anyone can get gallstones. Anyone. It's more susceptible in larger people, but anyone can have it happen to them. Not a problem. And, yeah. The aftermath of getting your gallbladder removed is you actually need to carefully incorporate fat into your diet in such a way that you don't need to take medications or anything else to make you regular, as I quote, in the air. And I had my gallbladder out in 2011. So it's in November, actually, of 2011. Oh, so it's been 4 years, and my scars still hurt. But that could also be a slightly psychological thing, because I had a very unpleasant time after surgery. like directly after, as soon as I woke up. So I told my dog, hey, my body doesn't react to pain meds the same way other people do. I usually need about twice as much for me to even feel a damn thing. And so, morphine, I had been given morphine before on a previous hospital visit when I had a gallstone attack. And morphine is like the devil trying to burn your veins. Oh my god, it was so horrifically painful. And I'm not allergic to it, that I was like, I can't do the morphine thing, but hey, they did give me something called Dilaudid, and that didn't hurt at all. Alright, Chris, you will be right back. That didn't hurt at all, and it actually took care of the pain, and I told the surgeon this fact. But all he heard was, pain medication doesn't work on me. So when I woke up, instead of being on morphine and in, mild pain from being stabbed 4 separate times, it was as if I had been stabbed 4 separate times and they had given me ibuprofen. Because that's what they did give me. It's like, no morphine, no Dilaudid. They just are like, here, have a 800 milligram ibuprofen. And by the way, here's a bottle to take home. You should be fine in a few days. It was traumatizing to wake up in that much pain. I had 4 separate scars, and one really big one that just bugs the shit out of me every day. And it could be lingering memories, I don't know. And this whole time, I'm talking just to talk and fill the silence for the video. It's been 4 years. I've stopped tearing up at mentioning how much it scarred me, literally and figuratively. Oh, Skyrim soundtrack. How I could sing along with you. Didn't I already do this? Up there, okay. I already did that up there. Alright. For some reason that scar is bothering me a lot today. It's because... okay. Yeah. The scar is in a place where if I'm sitting down, like, in a relaxed position with my feet up, but still with good posture, the underwire of my bra sits, like, right on top of it. But I'm not wearing an underwire bra right now. I'm wearing a sports bra, and I'm still wondering why it's hurting. No clue. How are we looking? Hey, we're looking pretty decent. She has no eyebrows. Creepy. She has no eyebrows. Creepy. That's what's going on. Okay. Nope. Yep. There we go. There we go. Oh, I've been wanting to just talk out loud about ideas just to get them out of my brain. One of them was, like, I play Skyrim a lot. There's a huge modding community, and there's just a huge community that is still playing the game, even after, like 4 years of it being out. And there's one person or set of people who are trying to make a multiplayer Skyrim. As in, you know, a couple of buddies can hop onto your server and play the game with you, literally. If you grab a quest, it grabs it for everyone. If you turn it in, it turns it in for anyone. And they're trying to make it truly like integrated, where you see the same NPCs in the same positions and all this other stuff. And I was thinking, why not just recreate Skyrim on a MMO server like World of Warcraft? Why not just do that? And then, you know, people who do mods can add on to that server, and they would be different areas, and like you can still live in the same house, it would just be an instance and all that stuff. Alright. Alright, Chris, you're going into lurk mode. I'm just gonna talk. Just to talk. Nothing important. Nothing too important at all. But yeah, I had that thought, is why not try to recreate Skyrim? Because I think the creator's kit is available, and so you have all the assets, but I don't know exactly what that entails. I don't know if that entails like all the textures for the land and whatnot. I know it is for objects, I think. But how awesome would that be? Is if they just created a server. That it would also be nice if you could create a server where you could also have your own mods, your own set of mods on. You can just go down the list, or just add your own. I'm still eating. Wait, I got stabbed? I did! I did, for surgical reasons. I woke up without any pain medication other than ibuprofen after surgery, and it was the most horrific, traumatic thing I've experienced, other than one other event. It's pretty awesome. So if you ever get surgery, tell them morphine, please, when I wake up. Because I told him, I'm like, I usually need double the dose of pain meds, and morphine doesn't really work. It actually hurts. And he was like, okay. And totally forgot that I said anything about Dilaudid, which is like the more refined version of morphine. And so I just woke up and they're like, have an ibuprofen. Thank you guys. My scars still hurt from it. It's alright though. Everything's alright. That was 4 years ago. Saving. Yep, the largest scar from that ordeal still hurts. And I've been trying to determine, is it, you know, a psychological hurt, or is it like it actually just does physically hurt? And Jim reminded me that big scars take a long time to settle down, like a long time, and he should know. He's got like a foot-long scar up his leg from when he was younger. So I'm gonna give it about a decade, and if it hasn't stopped hurting by then, I'll look into it. Yeah, it's... oh. Yeah, getting stabbed for surgical reasons is better than for any other reason. I agree. Except for when you wake up and I just wanted to tear that doctor's head off. My check-in like 2 days later, thank God I was still in immense amount of pain, otherwise I would have punched him in the face. Going, you liar. What did you do? Or what did you not do? And then, oh, here's the other thing. Here's the other thing, is that they did not use stitches. They did not use stitches. They used skin glue and tape to, to seal the wounds, to make sure the wounds were sealed. And when you put skin glue on someone's skin and then tape over it, what do you think happens? That you have just glued the tape to someone's skin. That was very awesome, ripping 4 of those off. I am streaming on other sites, Wolf, I am. I am streaming to YouTube and a website called Watch Me Work, as well as Twitch. So if I'm talking to someone who's not in your chat, it's probably because someone's in another chat. It's hard to be all creepy. I'm not talking solely to myself, honest. Even if I was. So, next time if I get any surgeries, I'll be like, stitches please. And if they're like, we don't do stitches anymore, I haven't even practiced some stitches, I'll be like, practice. If I wake up without stitches, I'm gonna glue your hand to your face. Like that. I probably need one more surgery sometime in my life. If not 2. And those would be like, when I'm really old, hip replacement, blah blah blah. Except I don't think I'll even opt for that. I'm sure Watch Me Work exists. I think I put a link to it on my page. Holy shit. Where did all my crap go? There it is. Except it's core member only. Alright. Sons of bitches. I can still edit this. Yeah, my core membership ran out on DeviantArt, which is totally fine. Don't no one ever get me another one. I'll just start doing that. There. DeviantArt upsets me to some degree. There. There. Now I have a link to all the social media platforms that I am on my front page, on my journal. Derpy. A little bit of derp going on here. I really need to find a way to cut down on that delay, that chat to video delay. Because sometimes by the time someone responds, their response is out of context for me. And I'm like, fudge, can you clarify? You almost need to repeat the situation. Like, Chris, when you replied, or are you? I was like, what did I say? I have no idea what I said that would prompt that response. And thankfully you clarified. Wolf Games, hello, and thank you for finding me on Watch Me Work. I hope it wasn't too difficult. That's kind of weird. I had no idea. I had no idea you would even consider finding me on Watch Me Work. Much appreciated. Now we'll have more dings. Yeah. We will have more dings. The more dings, the better, I say. Especially when I'm talking, because if I'm If I'm talking and working, I'm not reading chat. If I'm not talking and working, I'm reading chat. Yeah, it's lovely. Skyrim want to sing along so bad. I decided I'm not going to do any singing ever whatsoever. Ever, ever, ever. At least not live. Okay. Oh, stretch. I'm missing 3 faces. Part of a jawline. And an enormous empty fucking panel. This bothers me. And more derp face. Wow. I'm probably going to stop again in 10 minutes because I have one more prize to make for someone. I made the other one yesterday and I think it turned out like shit. It looks absolutely terrible because I did it not in my style, but I kind of had to because it's anime style, so I was like, I'll do anime style, and then it just looked like shit. And, well, it's probably also because I used the ink tool instead of just sketched it out like I was going to. So sketching is probably better. They were also the 3rd place prize. Not that I'm making an excuse if they get poorer quality anything. But they did. And I feel bad for it. Because sometimes I'm spot on with my work, and they're like, "Oh my god, this is so awesome," and then I'm not. And when I'm not, it looks like complete and utter crap, and you're like, "Why did you even bother?" Hey, a jawline. Let me fix this, or put it in. Let me put this in. Is Peppermint Candy almost done with the Exquisite Corpse? I have no idea what I would be contributing to it other than the colors. The rest of the colors. Zealoser, good morning. Good morning. God morning. I don't read typos, honestly. I don't. If I do, I will not admit that I see them. Unless it's too funny to pass up some teasing. But teasing in good humor. Because it won't be, I'm laughing at you for making the mistake. I will be laughing at the mistake itself. I don't know if that's better or worse. It's probably worse. Still, it'll happen. Oh, come here. Okay. That's fine. That's totally fine, Chris. It does not matter. Time does not matter unless you want it by a specific day. I don't know if I'm going to be streaming tomorrow either because, Thanksgiving, Jim actually has the day off, so I might not be streaming tomorrow. I'm probably not going to be streaming tomorrow. I'm probably going to be sleeping in and sleeping off all the wonderful food that we were going to eat tonight. On our ninth anniversary of being together. Yeah. Okay. Okay. As long as I get it by Monday, it counts for November, right? Okay. If you're looking at early December, that's totally fine. Zealous, are you gonna be taking a break from coding activities, or are you gonna be playing a game? Oh, sweet, you finished your mini project. No pressure. Alright, that's fine. I'm really laid back. I'm really laid back, and so there are no real consequences for not getting things done by a certain time. Day before yesterday. Oh, this Kerbal Space Program! Sweet. Sweet. I have Kerbal. I enjoy Kerbal. I don't play it as often as I should. But then again, it's also heavily math-based. He's got a bridge of a nose. A really big one. There we go. Oh, itch. There. Zalazar, you missed a lot of interesting conversation this morning. Most of which I don't remember. Because it's still morning. Oh my god, you're probably right. That'd be so oh, that made my insides twist. I don't know if you're correct or not, Zalazar. No idea. It's probably not the case, but if it was, that'd be awesome. Oh. It's probably not the case because she herself doesn't have any powers that we've seen. The only thing that we've seen her do is pull out a bottle of something and open it, and that whatever was inside of it did whatever it did. Oh, oh, let me see this. Let me see this. Let me find the space. Aha. That's a lot of skulls. That is a lot of skulls. Alright, Chris. Chat mode only. Alright, Wolf. You're gonna have to tell me colors here. What colors are what? The skulls I can figure out. The geometrical man I cannot. Ah. Let me do this. Let me do this. Let me do little things off screen here. Put you there. Ah, Rock with Roadblock. Hello. Hello and welcome. Good morning. There. There and there. Okay. Actually, let me find out what this prize is, and if it's not too taxing, I might do it live. Probably not, though. I have an inkling of what it is. Yeah, okay. Okay, so 2 characters. Alpina and El Nagara. Nagara, probably. No, I will not be doing that live. Gotta reboot the router, alright, Zalazar. Crap, I don't want to stop streaming when people are like, hey, hello, we're here, we're in. I will go until 9. I'll go until 9, that gives me another hour. Okay. I just have to figure out what the hell I'm doing. He is so hot right here. I've been on a romantic kick lately. Or a tragedy romantic kick? I don't know. Something to that effect, I'm sure. Just in my head, though. I haven't, like, drawn anything or written anything. Like, I should probably... Does restreaming use more bandwidth? I have no idea. I don't think it does, because I'm using a singular program to stream to the other places. One of them I can just close, which I will. Yeah. Well, okay, this romantic story is not made up. It's embarrassing to talk about it because I'm like, it's based on a game. Because I've been obsessed with Dragon Age Inquisition for like the last 2 weeks. And I found out the Cullen romance is the romance I really wanted to pursue, but unfortunately I have not played any characters that can pursue it because you can only romance him with a female, human, or elf. And the first person I played was a human male, and I totally thought I had a chance too. I totally thought I had a chance with Cullen as a human dude, and like when you first talk to him, he's like, I can only offer my friendship, and I was like, yeah, sure, pshaw, man. I'm like, no, it's true. If he says that, it's true. He's only gonna offer you his friendship. So if you play a female dwarf or a female Kunari, he makes an excuse to not flirt with you and then apologizes for leading you on if he did. Like, you son of a bitch. My girlish fantasies. And it's not that I personally like Cullen, I like how they handled his thing. His romance, his story, his reactions. And the character that you're playing, I really like how they handled that reaction too, because they're not two people that are like, just become totally dependent on each other. They still keep themselves individual while caring about one another. And blah blah. Romantic blah. Boring, I'm sure. But I like it. And so I'm planning on at least 2 more playthroughs. Oh, God. I did want that man-on-man action, seriously. Cullen is hot with the graphics for Dragon Age Inquisition. I made a very attractive character. He looks like Oliver Queen from Netflix's Arrow. And he got the deep voice and everything. He is smoking hot, and I thought Cullen would appreciate it. Figuratively appreciate it. But no, that character, the guy, my first character that I made, he romanced no one, but got laid by everyone. Yeah. He's a player, apparently. I have an earlier save that I could change that so I could go back and romance someone, and I'm very, very tempted to, but I actually have spoiled all the romances by watching them on YouTube, just to find out who could do what with who, and most of the romances I don't like. I do like the big jaw muscular guys. I do. But most of the romances are... they're not terrible, they're just not satisfying, at least for me. And for some reason, Dragon Age Origins, the original, had a, very satisfying, simple-ish relationship thing going on. for some reason, however they handled it with Liliana, Alistair, and Morrigan, they handled it well enough that it was super satisfying. Yes, square jaws. You should see my husband. What else am I doing here? I'm just distracted talking girlish talk here. And being thoroughly embarrassed. So glad I don't have a webcam right now. I'm just gonna put in the wrinkles, just the little lines here. There. That. There we go. I do like me some square jaws. Randy Orton. Pretty hot. The guy who played Spartacus in Spartacus Blood and Sand, the one who died sadly from his cancer. Hot. But surprisingly, ladies, hot. Lucy Lawless, hot. Oh, I don't know very many ladies. Angelina, of course, hot. Let's see, Jerry Ryan, 7 of 9. Uber hot. Yeah. Ladies get the love too. Oh, we got to interview the company for next week. Awesome. No. No, 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 no. No. No, Rock, no. It's not the same, because, like, even Cullen's romance is kind of weird and awkward. Yeah. Collins is mostly awkward because he's never been with another person, and he admits as much. Well, okay, it might not be that he hadn't been with another person ever, but that is implied, for me at least. That's part of the appeal, I suppose. I don't know. I can't remember right now. I'm flustered. So flustered. Zelazert, would you have any knowledge on how to make a server for an MMO? Or like how people build their world in an MMO, kind of like World of Warcraft? And if not knowledge directly, any place you could point me? I should probably just look into like creation kits or something. I miss his collar here. I've been staring at it going, what is missing? What is his collar? I don't know if it would be from scratch or pre-built. Not from an existing game. It wouldn't be an existing game. I would literally like to have like the landscape and tweak it how I would like it. I don't know. I don't know. I basically want a sandbox in which I can build everything I would like. But then again, I would also have to have all the assets or something made to do so, like the buildings and crap. But just like, I don't know. I don't know. I've been wanting to for the longest time. I just don't know where to look, how to get started. Yeah. Minecraft would be a sandbox. I would be able to build a version of it. Yeah. Okay, so I guess it would be from scratch, from a non-existing game. I guess I would need the assets. I would need all the pieces and parts, right? I would need all the pieces and parts, textures. I I would basically want something like a Super Mario Maker type tools for just like a 3D world, kind of like Skyrim. And with that, I'm going to take a short break. I will be right back. Okay, I saw gaming engine needed. I'm like, yes, yes, exactly. I need a gaming engine. Um, a long neck dinosaur. There are a few of them. Yeah, Brontosaurus, Apatosaurus, Diplodocus. There's quite a few of them. Get Unity. Okay, Jim actually has Unity, and he's been playing around with it. A little bit, a little tiny bit. So Unity, okay. That's kind of what I was thinking. I just had to tear myself away from the game that I'm playing to actually do something like that. because I love living in that world a little too much. Yeah, yeah. And it's not really that I'm looking for an MMO style game. I'm looking for an MMO sized game. Or sort of. It doesn't even have to be that large. I just wanted to be able to make a fairly large area, like a pretty big ass building with some surrounding land, and then, a quick travel spot that goes to a slightly smaller part. It's not that big, and then maybe explore a little bit other parts, quite literally, like how the Dragon Age games are, or like even Mass Effect where you land on a different planet. Yeah. And it doesn't have to be MMO, because I wouldn't really be making a game with it. I would just be making a cinematic movie with it. If I ever could. My God. I just wanted to see if I could build the world first, if it was even possible. What do you look like now? Need some details, don't we? Oh, and a face. Oh, and a face. A little bit of face. Yeah, I've lost my life with Dragon Age Inquisition, just like you have, Rock, with Fallout 4. And while it's awesome, it's also not awesome. It's awesome in the fact that the game is fun. It's very satisfying to play. But it's also not fun that I can spend 40 hours in a week playing it. I can be doing a lot of other things with those 40 hours, but I choose not to. Because I'm so addicted. I was like that with Skyrim. I put in like over 200 hours on Skyrim, and standing right now, I've almost put... I don't think this is the case. I'm like, honestly, the game says I've put like 300 hours into Dragon Age, but that's impossible. That is impossible. It has to be, because I've only played it for like 2 weeks. So, the first playthrough was like 190 hours, right? In 14 days. That means I played 13 to 14 hours a day on average, which is not the case. I, during the week, only played between 3 and 5 hours a day. And then I may have played like 6 or 7 Saturday and Sunday on each side. So I honestly think that the timestamp in the game for saving is not accurate and reflecting realistically how much time I'm actually spending in the game. Which is my sincerest hope. I just need to turn myself away. That's all I need to do. Derpy mouth. That I'm trying to avoid. Okay, but Unity, and then some programming courses. That might be actually something that I work on with Jim. Yeah. Jim, my husband, knows that stuff. He does. And he's been wanting to toy with Unity for a long time. And the only reason he has had any time to himself lately is because I've been playing Dragon Age. We usually play games together, or we're watching, like, Twitch or Netflix together, so he doesn't really have a lot of free alone time to himself. That's probably the other reason why I've been playing the crap out of that game, so he can. He's actually finished quite a lot of smaller games because of it. Games that he's been wanting to play for, like, years. Yeah. That's how much time I soak up from him. Too much. Way too much. I think Unity is a gaming engine of where you can build a game as long as you have the basic knowledge. Yeah, the basic knowledge of how to use it, which there are tutorials for. There are tutorials for it. I do know that. I've seen him watch them. And then the next thing is what type of game would go in there, right? Because you can make some really neat 2D platformers, like the game So Many Me, I think was made entirely with Unity by like a handful of people. And yeah, I would probably still have to make, or I wonder if they have models already for like people's. That'd be sweet if they did, because I've been thinking about making different versions of the same thing, like a pixelated version, like just a 2D version, a 3D version, like a motion comic version, uh, just any version into which it will come to life. I'm basically grasping at. Okay, I was gonna say he's missing a lot of stuff. Okay, I think I can actually move on to a different size, different something. There. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Unity has all the assets you could ever need to make the most basic of any game. And if you have your own assets and your own stuff, all the better, right? Oh my god, Kerbal Space Program is built from Unity. Hell yeah. Hell friggin' yeah. That's awesome. Oh, that's right. I do have an idea for a game that we could implement that he's tried a little bit of. Um, that I already made the little dude for, the little space dude for, because, like, we've been itching to either, like, go on vacation or to work on something. And we could try working focused on the game. Their next update will be focused on going from Unity 4 to Unity 5. It's a major update. Oh my god. I like it when things get updated. When things get updated, they usually get better. Usually. Okay. Can't help myself. Okay. That goes all the way down. Kerbal Space Program is special in a few ways, in some ways. Oh, come here. Give me this line. This really should be down here. You can do it. There we go. There we go. How are we? Nice. Nice and clean. Just the way I like it. Maybe I will propose working on Unity for the holidays. Okay, that'll sir. Alright, alright. Get cleaned up. Have fun streaming. I know you'll look fine. Your webcam is too small to make out any great details. Last I saw it, at least. You could you could probably have the worst bedhead and still look good. Maybe I should just stick with that medium line. I don't know. Because that line is really, really tiny. It's super tiny. There we go. Do people actually have this type of line on their jaw? Because I can't tell if those lines are there to give shape to the face, or if that's literally like I have marks on my skin there. I don't know. I don't know. There we go. And down, up, ta-da. I'll be a jerk and go back to talking about Dragon Age Inquisition. This weird scenario, and it's not specific to the game. It's like I really like where they give you options on your dialogue and how to react. You can basically react friendly, I think neutrally, and then aggressively in Dragon Age Inquisition. And in the previous game, you could react friendly, sarcastically, or aggressively. And that was pretty fun, being, sarcastic Hawk. That was much fun. I do like, though, that they changed it from sarcastic to neutral, or even indifferent. Or non-committal, basically. But I would like to have actually all four of those things. All four of those things. Friendly, sarcastic, neutral, and aggressive. Those four different types of reactions. And then have a game where there's a huge tragedy for your character specifically. And you get to choose one of those four things. And depending on which one you choose, well, they'll have different cutscenes with mildly different results depending. So if you choose the friendly devastation, you will just destroy everything around you and be crushed like wholeheartedly. And then if you choose like the aggressive thing, you will destroy everything around you and then just like go on a freaking rampage even after you're done. I don't know. Dumb little thought. It's a snippet of an idea. Snippet of an idea. But I did have a Dragon Age scenario in there with it. Is that if you played like a Dalish elf, is like once you get to a certain point in a romance with anyone, you get a letter like from your youngest sister from your clan who you're still really close with, and the only reason you left is because too many mages, or something like that, something similar. You get a letter from her. Everyone's dead from like a rift opening up and all the demons came out and just murdered everyone, and you leave instantly without a party, without anyone. And of course there's a cutscene of like, hey, I just saw this person leave, and they're like, why? I just saw them. They're like, I gave her a letter. They read the letter and they find out and they're like, holy shit, oh no. And they go chasing after you. Is the person you're romantically involved with, and the person who probably translated the letter, another elf, aka Solus, and they find you where your clan has died, and they watch you tear everything a new one. And Solus is like, oh my god, just stay back, let her deal with it. And your romantic partner's like, knows, this is, the whole family, really bad, really bad. And depending on what thing you choose, I think the aggressive choice was you use blood magic to kill everything. And it's not your blood magic, it's the blood of everyone that's dead around you. And that's like the worst possible choice. That choice will be like, you will alienate just about everyone. And depending on who you romance, it could alienate them too. And of course, that little dialogue thing will pop up letting you know that. And if you choose the friendly devastation, you will use your own power. It will be harder to kill everything. And they'll actually, you will have to actually battle. If you choose the blood magic thing, it'll just cutscene and everything's dead. But if you choose anything, any other choice, you will have to actually fight everything. And at the end of it, I don't know why this came up. At the end of it, you were so devastated, your entire family is dead. You've been flirting with this one person who you don't know if they actually like you back or not. After everything is dead, you're so devastated, you find a dagger up to your own neck, and then the person you were romancing with stops you. They stop you. And before they can say anything, you tell them, let me join them. I've just been having this mini movie play in my head over and over and over again for like the last 3 days. I can't get it out. Anyways, they convince you not to do yourself in because, you tell them, let me join them, I've got nothing left, right? And the person replies, you've got me, and you're like, I did not know you felt that way, and they're like, I do, I need you alive, and they're, therefore you are convinced to stay alive, but you're just so devastated, you just bawl into their chest, and they just hold you, and then end that cutscene, open to a new cutscene. You're waking up, literally in their arms, in the place, where you found your family and killed everything, and you're like, I had the worst dream ever, but I had a slightly happy ending. And the person who's holding you is like, that was not a dream. You're like, well, shit. Get up. Still devastated. Find out most of the guys from your camp came around to help you with your entire dead clan, which is like 30 or 40 strong or something. And they tell you, we'll take care of this, just tell us what to do. Oh, and that's the movie that's been playing in my head every night for like the last 3 days. Ta-da! I told a story, ta-da. I still haven't done her face, Jesus. Let me actually work on her face. There. We need to straighten that out a little, don't we? Or round it out there. There we go. Oh, she's got some eyes. Some eyes. Eyes. Yeah. Ooh. Slightly derpy eyes. It's alright. That's alright. That's not alright. There we go. Much better. Much better. Saved it. Saved it. Now that that's out, I can probably stop thinking about it. Other than the fact I want to make a comic out of it. I don't know if that's a weird thing or not. Because usually when, I either read something or listen to a podcast of, like, a D&D, whatever, I can picture these things in comics, and then, like, the little interludes in between them doing things. Like that whole scene I just described. It could still be shoved in the game somewhere. It really could. It just never was. So you, therefore, make a little comic out of it. And just be like, the thing that never was, but could have been. Yeah? Maybe? I think I got that right. Yes. Okay. Do we need another line? We might need another line here. There. Yeah, sure, why not? Hey, she has a face now. Eyebrows and everything. Eyebrows and everything. Do 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 do. Sun Pearl, hello. Hello and welcome. Are the teeth too much in? I think it's alright. I'm inking what I'm seeing. And that's about it. These are not my own original pencils, these are someone else's. I just ink and do colors. So I try to follow as close as I can while making things look not derpy. I have watched Acquisitions Incorporated. I love Acquisitions Incorporated. Absolutely. There There's not another line from the top teeth. No, there's not. What? These are the top teeth. These are the top teeth. I don't know what the hell that is, but that's a tongue. If it doesn't look right in the lines, I can make it look right in the colors, or if it just looks really, really wrong later, I can fix it. Not a problem. I'm just not too concerned with it right now. Because honestly, I don't want to be working on this right now. I want to be making someone's prize that I owe them. But I decided I'm going to work on this more because it does need to get done. I see it. Then what the hell's the other line? I see it now, but, bottom teeth have 2 lines. It's so faded. I have no idea what's on her face, because it wasn't there before. I'm not even gonna put it in. Because on this previous panel, there's nothing on her face. Nothing. And I think on the previous page, there's also nothing. I'm fairly certain there is nothing. Let me... There were tears at one point, but they're not there anymore. Yeah, her face is nice and clear, so... Not even going to. We'll see what that looks like later. Here to here, up, down, up, maybe? The weirdest stuff. There. There, and there. Yeah, it could be sweat, but she's not sweating in the previous panel, so... It's not gonna be there. It's not going in. Unless Ronnie says otherwise, unless the person who's actually in charge of the comic says otherwise. If she's like, where's the sweat on her face? I'll be like, oh, let me go put it in. But since there's no indication of it, previous page or otherwise, it's not gonna. Not gonna. Because I'm just that nice of a person. Okay, there are still lines. There are still lines. What the hell is going on with this hair? I honestly have no clue. That's not even... This is not even correct. Come here. Everyone come here. There we go. Hot flashes. I think she's a little too young for hot flashes. Just saying. Just saying. I don't think the angel made her sweat. I don't. No. Aw, shit. No. Come here. exercise this a few times. There. Put just a little... no, screw it. I have not put them in anywhere else. The details, what about the details? That's what coloring is for. That's what coloring is for. She could have a wing fetish, you're right, I don't know her. She could suddenly have gotten flushed. He does look rather dashing in this panel. And... okay. Did I? I did not. How dare I? Kid only has one eyebrow here. One eyebrow. Oh, and this little guy has eyebrows too, doesn't he? Doesn't he? Can I just get away with... because that's all I really want to do, is just that. Okay, it works. It works. Oh, to each their own. And enjoy it thoroughly. That's all I have to say. Oh, stretch. Yawn. Yeah. I love singing along with this song, but yeah. Forgot that, yeah. Yeah. We are on small, we are on small, we are all good. Derpy. Okay, I'm missing a lot of little ticks and details and crap. Oh, sorry, I mute the music, because it's all copyrighted. And such. If you want to listen along, I am listening to the Skyrim soundtrack. And more specifically, what song are you? I am listening to Sovngarde right now. I don't want to get copyright crap on my videos on YouTube. Because I like to download my videos from time to time and edit them and re-upload them into something more manageable. And you can't do that if you have a copyright claim on it. Because YouTube sucks like that, in that way. Yeah. That's why I've been talking just to talk. That's why I mentioned that whole Dragon Age Inquisition spiel, and told that story. Is because I know there's no music for you. So I'll just talk, and talk, and talk, and talk, and talk. So I bring up random things that I can just talk about. Fucking ear. Ear. Get out of here. There. Am I one of those talkers? I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean. I would love to see your Fallout moment, Rock. If you have a link, make sure you put a space between the dot and the com so it doesn't get deleted. Ooh, the Standing Stones. Oh, God, I miss the Skyrim soundtrack so bad. I actually don't talk a lot in general. I don't. Not in real life. If anything, I don't talk at all. And when I do, my answers are usually short and concise. And you can test it as much as you like. How would I draw a cute stick without making a face on it? By using large lines. Large, soft rounded lines. Soft corners, soft edges. Not angular. That's how I would draw a cute stick. With maybe a leaf or two on it. Mainly short and concise is what I am. I was wary of even talking about that instance that I'm so obsessed about with the game. I just did it anyways. Yeah, I'm a listener, usually, not a talker. My mom can attest to that. She comes over every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday to do some physical therapy. Basically just exercise, weightlifting, and whatnot. And afterwards, she wants to stick around for a cup of tea. And that's usually when I just want her to get out of my hair. But she just talks and talks and talks and talks. And most of it's not important things are just things that happen, and I'm like, these things don't impact me in any way. You don't really need to mention them, honestly. And it's alright if you don't want to talk while you're drinking tea. I don't care. She can't stand the void. The silence. And the only reason I am talking is because I am not playing music, so I don't want there to be a huge void of silence while I work. Let me just double check everything. I'm about done for today. Anyways, I still have a lot of details on this last panel, because without all those details, it looks really empty. It looks super empty. Okay. So hot. He's so hot. I never really get what these lines are for, but I guess they add a lot of shape. They add a lot of shape and anatomy to a face. Those weird jaw lines. Oh, there we go. Pop the wrist, forget I have ears to do. I'm not entirely sure what the hell's on his shoulder here, because in previous panels is there something on there? Kind of. I thought that was just wrinkles and shadows on his coat, not a design. Apparently it's a design. Whoops. Ooh. We're gonna have to ignore it. We're gonna have to ignore it, unfortunately. Because the previous page is done. Unless Ronnie wants it changed. If Ronnie wants it to be changed, I will change it. Oh, cheek. Oh. Oh. I don't smile a lot. I actually don't have very many wrinkles on my face for being as old as I am. Because I don't do facial expressions too much. As weird as that may sound. I only started recently getting wrinkles in like the last 2 years or so. Because I actually have been smiling. Been having reasons to do so. So I'm finally getting little smile wrinkles around my eyes. It's weird. I didn't make a lot of facial expressions when I was younger. And people are like, you know, why don't you smile more often? Why don't you blah blah blah? And I'm like, it gives you wrinkles. And so I don't do it. And that was the real reason. That was the real reason. That and poker face. I just did not trust anybody. No one. Gotta keep that poker face on. I've been relaxing a lot more. I'm not soulless. I'm calculating. Okay, it looks weird with purple lines, but it'll look better with black, I'm sure. Because of Cullen Love. Yeah, right. That game has made me smile a whole bunch because they have had very funny instances, and I, love to see people flounder when they're embarrassed, for flirty reasons, not because they're truly ashamed of anything. And that's been the case in the game a couple of times, and I've just been like, tee hee, that's really cool. And laughing still kind of hurts. Stupid scars. Ugh. Yeah. Okay, I did put a sleeve design on him in the previous panel for this. I know I did. There, God, that's a complicated one. That's a complicated one. Tee-hee-hee, yes. It's my little schoolgirl laugh. If there ever was one. Ah, frick. This is why I only work for a few hours at a time. Wrist. The wrist cannot take it. I keep forgetting that. I'm like, I have things to get done. Like, you can only work an hour or two at a time before you eat carpal tunnel. Oh dear, no. Nah, give me the ball, thank you, jeez. God. You can come back. You can come out. Out. Is this okay? What does that look like? What does this look like? A little on the shabby side. There. Call that good for now. Ooh, I like to hum along to this one too. What are you? The City Gates? Skyrim soundtrack, City Gates? The soothing. I'm gonna put in these little cheek lines and then call it for the day and go work on something else. There. There we go. I will finish up the inks Friday. I will not be streaming tomorrow. Thanksgiving and all that terrible, horrible stuff. So, thank you everyone for watching. I really appreciate it. I love talking with you guys in the chat. It makes my job a ton more fun. If you want to know when I go live, you can follow me on Twitch or on Twitter at JasmoColors. And I will catch you guys all next time.